despair. We see a picture that terrified us. And deep down, you only feel fear. And through the fear, you wish not to be lost. Once lost in the depths of hell, the child is looking for a way not to be eaten. But the child is just a shell. But if you go deeper, then you can find in him someone who is worse than demon. Walking through gender who is looking for everywhere like a hunter, the child falls into his trap for his hunger. But after that, the child runs away choking with his hands. And then janitor meets his terrible and painful end. Walking through the cooks, the child tries not to get into the menu. But by passing the greasy curses, the child again allude. And seeing a huge ship at sea with a bunch of guests, the breast child realized that he will want to be able to rest. Walking in an illusion, the guests walk on their way to the meal, and the lady in the mask looks after them. The child walks about them and feels as if his hunger matches them. The thirst for blood and fresh meat is in the air, and the guest rooms at their dinner in yellow raincoat. Miserable greasy curses run through the corridors like cutthroats, and again they just run away but promises to reappear. And so they meet, a child, a lady in the mask, and each of them has its own task. The mistress needs to erase the child from this place, and the child needs to show him her true face. And so the struggle for the right to survival began, and child in the dark showing the truth and lady cursing a child. And when the wild lady thrilled, her mask fell off the once like a lie. He was finally able to do it alone, without anyone. And so he, feeling pain in himself, goes to him to do it. And the child is no longer wondering about anything. It's because he wanted to eat it. And that his hunger does not torment him, and that he can kill everyone. We cannot say what lies ahead, but we expect and fear what is behind your back. But you may wake up and not remember your little nightmare. But they will remember you and will be waiting for you right here. At the point where you stop and woke up, but you will only remember when your eyes are closed up. Lost in the maze of hell, the child is looking for a way not to be caught. But the child is just a shell. After all, he will become who he is for so long thought. Passing through the hunter who like a janitor, guarding through the danger. The child finds someone who will be his faithful friend. And together passing through the hail of bullets in nature, for the hunter to meet his end. Sailing across the river at the door, we wonder what lies ahead. And when we finally set the shore, we saw a city that was cold, black, and dead. Wandering around an empty city, we only see some left of people, find the division, and which his comrade is to himself. Walking down the corridor, and he feels the inexplicable. Something beyond words. And now school rises before them, which is full of traps. And all the children he follow hear orders and laugh. But the teacher is the same monster, which makes its neck longer. And now they again walks together shoulder to shoulder, and suddenly she killed the enemy like a murder. Who is she really? Enemy or friend? But we will find out about this only when your story comes to an end. The teacher calmly plays her nail with the piano. She tries to improve as the best I can. As soon as they make a sound, she starts playing in the piano and they will And now, they can run away from danger anymore. Through rain and cold, dumb streams and sleeping buildings. Mona's friends puts on yellow raincoat, repents, taking on true color. The feelings of trust begin to echo other feelings. And entering the hospital through the dark corridors, they find another corridor to set up a connection. From distance you can see the door which is transmissible. Walking in the dark, Mona meets new enemies. Hands crawl across the floor to grab their prey like a snake. No one suspects what will happen next, and there are even more enemies await them. Walking through the dark, through beds and chambers, passing dozens of mannequins. They seem to be watching. But every time the light goes out, you hear someone's footsteps. Look around. They are always walking. So he ran through the darkness, and behind him are living mannequins with a creak. But he is again made further into the light from the darkness, and the mannequins made their squeaks plaintively. Walking together again in the hospital, they meet the doctor who jumps inside and heals the dolls. Walking on the ceiling and wriggle, he walks through the chamber through the corridors. But when he chased the children, he fell into the trap, and now is locked in the furnace, and his faith in the hands of children. And when the level clicked, the mission overtook the man, who tried to save his friend, but his head only screams for his hood they break up. Walking through the damn city through people who crave TV, children see the main building that manages communication, and passing through the resource rooms, they find another TV, and Mama sits up to wink again to save him and destroy the generation war. Finding the local man in their head, they run away. But in the end, Mona loses his friend. And so he goes after Hill alone, again to save her, and goes through the TV again in his way. After going through a distant people and abandoned city, Mona moves on through the televisions and champs. And so he again meets the man in head and runs through the city. And he's again run away from him, as if they kills one more chance. But he greets him beautifully, and removes his packet as he is giving up. And suddenly, his power is increasing, as they say, "Don't give your day up!" Don't give it up. Don't give it up.
As there's a man in the head pulsing his knitting troubles. The long man looks at him for the last time, as if he healed him future troubles. Soon, he enters the main building to rescue his friend. He wanders through the lane following the music box. So they meet Mona and his friend. But she was different. I thought she also loved the music box. But she's trapped here in the world. the strange feelings. And someone tries to break the music box to help here. I shouldn't be doing this. The boss is trying to with each blow. But I have to see here, right? What is the déjà vu? Did I miss something? But I know that I was not mistaken. I'll save him. I'll do it, it's right. And each with every blow, the blow becomes weak. With the final blow, the curse was lifted. Wasabi has awakened the wanted to bring everything back. As the bridge collapses in front of them, and the television light is from the exit. And now they're holding hands again.
until she lets go of your hand. And now I'm all alone again. And now he's forced to be here until the end. He sits here, for a very long time. At least he's become a lone man. With locked arms and head, and he waits all the time, waiting, waiting, and waiting. We cannot say what lies ahead, but we expect and feel what is behind your back. But you may wake up and not really remember your little nightmare. But I will remember you, and I will be waiting for you right here. In the very place where they left me. And we'll meet again, I'm sure. I will wait. I will not give up. Good night. And if you're scared, then just open your eyes up.
Why didn't you save him? He helped you. I don't know him anything. I don't even know you.
The shadow disappeared without even saying a word. What a strange